Welcome, travelers of the internet, to Braham Record. This is your host, Master Barkle, playing the Pillars of Eternity 2. And we left off looking for, Adair's lost love, who might be dead, Elafa. She has a son, Bairn, and, Bairn was very vague about it, just like, oh, she marches with Aethys now. She's with Aethys, which means maybe she hasn't, maybe she has passed away. I don't know. But now we need to go find a Dawn Star called Gadarian Bosch. And you could possibly find him from a woman named Agni in the Temple of Gon in Nekataka. So that's where we're off to.
There's some that's bound for Hanchancy, and some that's bound for months. Heave away, Melandri, heave away, and some that's bound for Etok Bay.
You see a billowing cloud of smoke behind the houses ahead of you. In the higher reaches of Nekataka, slanting shanties and buildings of foreign design fall away to be replaced by colorful open homes with wide wooden doors boasting intricate reliefs. Rather than pester you for a bit of coin or a bite of food, the children here try to sell you tickets to a play or extol the benefits of the public baths. You turn a corner and plunge into commotion. One of the great homes crackles before you, completely ablaze. Most of the Juana stare, enraptured by the flames, but a few cry out or run for the fire brigade. I would take a look. The home seems no different than others in the district, though perhaps a bit larger than average. Bright blue paint, flecked with white accents, peels over sturdy stone, where it hasn't already been blackened by the fires. The large front doors are open, coughing smoke into the street, and you think you can make out shadowy movement within. Fresh torches lie on the eaves above. It seems this was the work of arsonists. Somebody's attacking another. Well, we can't just stand idly by. You plunge through the open doors, an arm raised protectively over your mouth. Smoke surrounds you, and the heat plucks at your skin, curling your hair. Then you see the bodies. Sprawled out in the main room are 3 corpses. 2 lie on the floor, wounds from small, thin blades still oozing blood. A third is draped over a long, low chair, her body punctuated by crossbow bolts. Gotta look around for clues. A faint trail of bloody footprints mark a path towards the back of the house. Okay. We need to pursue those arsonists. We can't be staying here for now. You burst through the back door onto an almost abandoned street. A group of ragged kith holding torches are the only people present. You note one of them holds a bulging sack stained with blood. One of the kith, a broad-shouldered human in a tight-fitting mask, scowls.
Got ourselves a hero, seems. But sadly for you, the boss will clear on us leaving no witnesses.
Grinning, the thugs draw their weapons, spreading to surround you. Oh, I have no problem with this. This is for the people in those houses.
Kill the witnesses and scatter.
So what we got? We got a pyromancer. Okay. I dare go get that pyromancer. The other 2 of us can pull into there.
After him. Cook that up, didn't I?
Oh, flame blight.
Nice hit.
There's a third.
Let's go.
Lavaru, be on sync. Sure thing.
Okay. Let's see if they had any letters or notes on them. Something along those lines. I don't think it's just a random mugging.
Sure.
Nothing really there. About over here on this guy. He's got a grimoire. Really? Nothing? No signs of anything? Okay. Well, I guess the boss was smart enough to not have any things to tie back to them, I guess. Well, let's continue on to the Temple of Gon. Oh my goodness, another encounter. You come upon a busy city square. The cool waters of Nekataka's own town wells serve poor and rich alike, yet those who gather at them share certain unmistakable features. Tired Amawa visages, yokes borne across labored backs, and tattered Raparu rags. Whether for themselves or their masters, each waits in a long line to claim a bucket full of fresh water. Well, this is a strange encounter. I wonder why. I guess we could speak with the locals? The Raparu, long accustomed to ignoring their superiors, pay you little mind, only belatedly realizing that you address them. One of them, an older woman, blinks, dark eyes at you.
Ikera, it is Roland Tallstag. I'm always hearing stories of you. It is...
A younger man chimes in. It is said you are a decent person, not like so many of these foreign sort. A child reaches for your hand. With a growing cascade of murmurs, the crowd unravels between you and the now bubbling wellhead. A black liquid splatters from beneath the stones of the well, and someone in the crowd screams. A muckman from the Raparu cast steps forward. His boots seem more sloshed than leather, but his plunger's so long he'd fit in with any formation of pikemen. He raises a hand to the curdling crowd. Be at ease, Akira! For what do you flee? I always am cleaning these. He blinks as the undulating formlessness of an ooze bubbles up from the well. He's just going to plunge it back in? That sounds disgusting. I guess I'll take care of this. There's no reason for him to be there. Yamawa drops his plunger and bolts, ungainly on shoddy boots. You turn to see a second thick ooze burst out of the well, shredding the well's yolk and scattering the pit stones. What's this? To me? I mean, I guess I'll probably be able to. To me, citizens, I'll protect you! Go on. The muckmen and the crowd swarm to you for safety, the shape of the mob gelatinous as it fills in behind you. Behind you, the oozes ripple and divide, each small creature falling free like a rotten grape from the bunch. They roll towards you, collecting dirt as the crowd gasps and backs away. Alrighty, just a bunch of oozes. Say no biggie. Maybe we want to hold our grounds for now. Don't do it. Don't go in just yet. Are they going to sit at range? These jerks. I was not expecting them to do that. I was expecting them to gather up.
Let's do this.
At least they're not that tough. Oh, there's more.
You like that? After him.
Well, the oozes have been taken care of, and they're not going to get just plunged back down for some reason. Okay, we're looking
So
for
you're the
a
commander of the
Agni.
Iron Flail?
Were you looking to enlist?
Okay. Agni. This woman's unceasing smile and direct, violating gaze gives the strong impression of someone selling something.
Light of Aethys be upon you.
Baron said you could tell us about the partisans of the lighted path.
Your friend guided you truly. Gadarian Bosch has honored me with the duty of helping his message reach all of the faithful. We answer the shining God's call. He shows us the way and we march in his wake. Already the vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow.
How would you join up with Aethys? Chase him in a boat?
Yes, in fact. We will follow him along the lighted path.
I suppose I'm kind of trying to do the same.
When the time is right, he will welcome our souls into his legion. Gadarian Bosch has seen it.
Just your souls, then? Not your bodies?
The journey sounds quite dangerous.
The Shining God demands total commitment from his followers. What good is a soldier who is not willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for her cause?
I suppose that's right. But that's more just what the leaders want.
To walk the lighted path, one must be willing to never turn back.
Tough to walk very far without a soul. The Hollowborn, huh? Usually you'd have to stack him in a wheelbarrow and push him around.
That's how vegetables are. Who are the Vanguard?
Gadarian Bosch leads the vanguard. They are the most righteous of the partisans. They will be the first to join the ranks of Aethys, the first to charge at his call.
Adair leans in toward you.
Baron said something about the Vanguard. You don't think he's that dumb, do you?
Agni's eyes shift momentarily to Adair, then back to you. She says nothing, merely re-raising her smile. Do you have a list of people in the Vanguard? We want to see if our friend is among them.
The vanguard know their own, and Gadarian Bosch knows them. Beyond that, we keep such information private.
Adair turns his head away to hide a look of exasperation, but then it shifts, his eyes suddenly hopeful. He looks back at Agni.
If they know their own, what do you think they'd say to a couple new members? Can we be in the Vanguard too?
I'm afraid you cannot. The vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans.
Aethys doesn't exactly play favorites as Wodika does. He would welcome all who wish to join him.
I agree, and Gadarian Bosch has admitted to the vanguard all who ask to join. Unfortunately, even if I were to initiate you right now into our order, it would be too late to join the vanguard.
They've already taken off.
Their ship is docked right now in Nekataka, and set to depart at any moment.
Adair looks at you with wide eyes.
You think he could be on it? If he left right after we did, we gotta go.
They won't take you, but there will be more ships to follow. Stay and learn about the partisans of the lighted path, and I'll see that there is room for you.
That's a real nice offer. We'll think about it and get back to you.
Yep, we're off. Agni nods, her expression no different than it was when you arrived. Not much going on between those eyes, is there?
Oh, now I've dreamed of this place.
What's that supposed to mean?
Been having some disturbing dreams. Makes it hard to sleep.
You keep on mentioning your dreams. You know, I've dealt with dreams all my life. Well, I mean, most of my adventuring life anyways. Back in the Living Lands, I didn't really get dreams. I mean, bad dreams, that is.
We missed it.
Adair deflates.
They're gonna park that thing next to Aethys and slit their own throats.
Probably.
I wish they'd gone ahead with it before they got Baron involved. If we can't catch it, can you promise me we'll go right now?
Yes, we will go right now.
I knew there was something I liked about you.
Pursue the lighted path ship. Good thing we got a swift boat. May not have much firepower, but it's got speed. There they are. Get them! Oh, goodness. What? Are we fighting? Well, this ain't good. This ain't a good look at all. Partisans. Bunch of partisans. I don't know why this Guderian Bosch is here.
Let's do this. I cannot whack him any harder. Yeah. Let's go.
It's nice combat music you get here sometimes, you know? Excuse me. Alrighty. That's dealt with. We want to gather and go below decks. Oh,
The others have drunk, Baron. Their souls make their way to Aethys.
goodness, everyone's dead.
This isn't the time for hesitation. It's the time for faith. Come. Let us show him together.
The man uncorks a vial hanging from his neck filled with a viscous fluid of earthy red. He raises it and waits. With unsteady hands, Baron uncorks an identical vial hanging from his own neck.
No, kid!
Dare stepped forward, his palms are outstretched. Baron nearly drops the vial, catches awkward hold of it between his forefingers. His gaze drifts up to Adair. He stares with dull eyes as if he's trying to place it.
What is this? You aren't one of my flock. How did you get here?
Adair ignores Bosch, keeping careful eye contact with Baron.
Lower that. Let's talk.
Baron waits, the vial now clutched in one hand at chest height. You have doubts about this. You're questioning, just like your mother must have taught.
Your mom knew how to spot a fake. What do you think she'd say about him?
Adair nods toward Bosch.
How could I know? She left me here.
The vial in Baron's hand hovers now just above waist height.
What is faith if it isn't tested? These people are willed here by Aethys to challenge you. Make him proud.
I will make him proud.
It sounds almost like a recitation. Adair's mouth is open, but he has no answer. He looks to you, desperation in his eyes. I have seen evidence of the true nature of the gods. You are wise to question.
Maybe he's not testing faith. Maybe he's testing if you can think for yourself.
But our faith, isn't that what the gods ask of us?
Baron's hand lowers. It hangs at his right side, the vial dangling.
Aethys has come just as I said he would. There will be no other chances.
Adair fumes at Bosch, his hand drifting towards his weapon.
He must be in need to reach out to us.
Effigy's eyes, kid. You think your tiny soul's gonna change his fate?
As a watcher, I will pin your soul to the floor. You will never reach Aethys.
And we'll smack it around a while, too, on behalf of your mother.
You'd keep me from my destiny? Out of spite?
Baron's expression shifts suddenly. He looks like someone who's been slapped hard across the face. His fingers relax, and the vial clatters to the ground, spattering the deck with what might easily be mistaken for a gruesome bloodstain.
Aethys, forgive me.
Adair takes what sounds like his first breath in a while. His fingers trace over his mouth and beard in a rhythm of reassurance.
As you wish, then. Abandon your god. For betrayal there can be no forgiveness. You will receive not his mercy, but his justice.
All acts can be forgiven by a truly benevolent soul.
Don't you got somewhere you need to be, Bosch? If you're having second thoughts, I can help you follow through.
I think we need to take care of Bosch, because I don't think this is his first ship he sailed out.
Not a one.
Bosch smiles and raises his vial toward Adair in toast. He downs the fluid in a single gulp.
The shining god will light the way.
He barely gets the sentence out before the first spasms rack his frame. A reddish froth bubbles from his lips, and he collapses to the floor, flopping and arcing like a netted fish. In one final, rigid convulsion, his breath stops and his body settles heavily on the deck in an unnatural pose.
Think he's all right? He looks a little seasick.
Only he died before he got everyone else involved. Baron stares silently at Guderian Bosch. Spittle bubbles on the lips of the corpse are still popping.
That would have been me. If I were stronger, it would have been me.
If you were weaker.
Lucky you weren't stronger then. The gods might have rights to our souls, but they got no right to our lives. Seems to me they'll take from you whatever's not nailed down if you let them.
Or at least people claiming to work for the gods.
I could devote my entire life to Aethys, and it would never redeem this.
Adair swallows and tries to say something. In the end, he just nods.
For right now, let's just get you home.
Do we take him home? Return Baron to Hosango. Okay, yep, let's get him home, I guess.
Teach them ways to dance. Heave away, my Landry boy. We're all bound to go. Oh, the crew we are.
Adair looks up expectantly as Baron disembarks the Defiant without a word to anyone. Baron begins to head off, staring straight ahead with sunken eyes. Doesn't break stride when he passes Adair.
Bairn.
The boy has taken another several steps before he seems to have heard anything at all, and when he stops, he doesn't turn to face Adair at first, as though keeping his options open. A long moment passes, and with persisting hesitation, he turns.
I'm not sure what you want to talk about. I have my life, and I know it's because of you. I know I should be thanking you. But the truth is, I don't know if I want to be here now, or what I'm supposed to be doing. And I still don't know what to say to Aethys when I meet him one day.
It should be the other way around. He's the one who owes you an explanation.
Baron avoids Adair's gaze.
You hear me, kid? He owes you.
Baron gives an absent nod, still looking down, and says no more. Sad that it comes to this, but I feel it was necessary. Adair, Aethys owes me an explanation. He said so himself, so maybe you'll get to talk with him.
Hey, look who it is.
Talk to me about Baron.
Well, we got him out of there. That's the most important thing. But he is all alone out there, and that's what got him into trouble to begin with. I hope this time it's different. I hope he makes connections, finds something to do with himself. I worry, though.
Yeah? Well, let's keep moving, I suppose.
I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
What are you going to do about it?
Go madder than I already am? I don't rightly know. It's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my god. even if it kills me.
Hmm.
I'm glad we talked.
Well, that's all for now, I suppose. Let's get back on the waters. I think it's time we deal with the Beast of Winter at the Harbinger's Watch in the Dead Flow. It's quite a travel away. Oh, that is way over there. Goodness. Well, let's get to it.
Are waiting for the turning of the tide.
Oh, Maya's returned. I guess let's speak with her. How goes it, Maya?
So, we're back. Did you miss us?
Maya smiles a little, the side of her mouth twitching. Shiza offers a friendly squawk. Of course I missed you, Maya.
Well, thanks. It was just me and the bird for a couple of days, and we're sick to death of each other.
Oh, now there's other company.
Something happened out there, and it's got me all turned around.
Maya fixes her attention on a distant point. Well, then speak your mind.
I didn't exactly deliver a missive. That parchment was meant for me, and I delayed opening it as long as I could.
She folds her arms.
Hatsura gave me a name and a location. That was all. When you're a sharpshooter by trade and your boss doesn't offer clarification, you learn to arrive at your own conclusions.
Okay.
The rub of it is, my target wasn't some ship's captain or an ogre swinging a fence post. He was the Ranga of a Huana tribe.
She raises her brow and studies you for any reaction. Why don't you start from the beginning? Nodding to you, Maya shrugs away some tension that you hadn't noticed before.
The village was beachside. No sign of foreign occupation. I might have been the first outsider to make land in quite a while. They were just simple folk going about their lives. Couldn't have been more than 50 of them. Their Ranga, though? He had a voice that carried, that echoed in the hearts of his people.
Her eyes narrow as she concentrates on a far-off point. What did he speak about?
He called for unity with the neighboring tribes, the setting aside of bad blood. His people listened, and listened well.
That's good.
He was my target. You can guess what happened next.
Maya shrugs, squeezing her forearms to release some tension. Tell me anyway. Confess.
I picked a spot and a time of day. Morning, west-facing, plenty of tree cover. The light was in my favor. The winds were low.
Right.
He left his hut, mussed his kid's hair, and set off for the beach on the other side of the island, checking lobster traps.
Well, good thing you didn't shoot him in front of the kid.
Ishi followed him overhead, and I followed him with my sights, holding my breath, waiting for the right moment.
You know, this is typically how you start a war.
And then I stopped. I pictured all those captains I'd riddled with holes and wondered, is this how we treat civilians? Is this how wars are won?
Sometimes. It does depend on the person.
I shot him in the back of the head. He was a corpse before he hit the ground.
She opens her fingers like a flower blooming.
It took a while for his kin to find him, but only seconds to figure out that he didn't die of a weak heart.
She chews her bottom lip and glances towards Ashiza. What happened next?
This tribe surprised me. They acted like I kicked over their anthill. They got mad. They got to work.
That surprised you? Why did you expect them to not do that?
The old Ranga went onto a pyre, and the new one snapped into place. She took up the call for unity while the embers were still warm.
Maya shakes her head, grinning a little. Okay, so Rawata is uniting the Huana, is what I'm hearing?
Acted like I hadn't just killed her boss for doing the same thing.
I don't know if the mission was a success.
I completed my mission. I leave Atsura to worry about whether or not it was a success.
Okay. Sighing to herself, Maya tugs at her hair bun, worrying a loose lock.
If you don't mind, I need to let this brew in my head for a while and see what bubbles up. Thanks for letting me unload in the meantime. We should
Righty.
talk to Atsura. You'll want to know that I've done as he asked.
Okay. We'll see about that. Takehu, you got anything to say to me? As you turn to Takehu, a shadow passes over your vision. You feel a tug from somewhere deep within his soul. A faint ripple creases the air between you like a forest of ethereal kelp. It's probably Andra again. Takehu's soul is vibrant and energetic, almost too lively to occupy its mortal shell. There is a bright thread of energy that trails away from him. You instinctively follow it.
A life without friction or challenge has left the boy in need of guidance.
The voice of Andra pounds at your mind with relentless force.
He thinks himself frail, but my heart beats in his chest. He is stronger than either of you could know.
She claps her hands and the vision shatters, flooding the hall with a deluge of awareness as you return to your senses. Regarding you with a warm smile, Takehu at first seems oblivious to your momentary detachment. Then his brow furrows with concern.
Captain, what say? You look a little blue about the gills.
Oh, just Andra reaching out to me, gods.
Ingati spoke to you.
Skeptical, Takehu cradles his chin and considers.
To leave her son guessing. Oh, this is my tricksome mother through and through.
She seems to care about your well-being.
What mother doesn't? You must be special indeed for Ingati to speak with words. For her people, she lays out cryptic stepping stones hidden in omens. Akira, but send her my fondest wishes.
What do you hope to gain by finding Ingati's covenant on Ukaizo?
What indeed? I say I am of two minds.
Takehu nods and turns his focus inward.
My talents are my own, and not even Ingati can tell me how they should be used. I say the tribes would do better with more artists and fewer saviors. But my people struggle against the outsiders, and Ingati did not place me in the Deadfire without intention. Finding the Covenant could bring the Hawana closer to the gods and the ways of the past. I must decide if this is best.
Takehu sighs and nurses his brow. Where did you live prior to Nekataka? Where were you born?
The Kahanga are my tribe, but my people settled on Atua, an island too modest to deserve the attention of maps.
Wow.
My mortal mother tans boar hides. My father trades in the abundance of pearls and opals Atua is blessed to provide.
Mortal mother.
When I was born, father called me his blue topaz boy.
Takehu scratches the back of his head and grins. Any other notable godlike come from Atua?
Doubtless, I say. But I am the most precious gem of recent history. Godlike are revered as bringers of local change, but only Ingati's chosen is thought to deliver an omen for all Huana at once.
Must have been a pretty big event, huh?
Ikera. High winds stirred the vigor of the seas. 2 huts collapsed before our local storm speaker could shout down the weather.
He beams with pride.
They say the skies only cleared when I fell into the midwife's basket. Peace had returned to the island. Or so the Mataru predicted.
Have you done anything around the island?
Oh, I could not be kept from the water. So my father taught me how to dive for pearls and azada snails. Ingati filled my palms with riches on every harvest, I say. When I came of an age to begin a man's pursuits, the Mataru reached out to the Kahanga Queen. Weighing my arrival against the forces that descended on her territory, the Queen could not invite Ingati's chosen into the Water Shapers Guild fast enough.
Yup.
In hard times, the endorsement of a goddess is more valuable than currency.
For sure. Well, we'll be off then. I guess change course to Nekataka. Hello guys, it's your favorite big friend, Dunk. Master Barkle told me I should do the outro on this one, So here I am, and the script's kind of hard to read here. It says, like the video and subscribe. Well, I don't know what any of that means, but you should go do that stuff because I want cheeseburgers.